Sonic Frontiers looks good. I'm tired of hiding it. I'm tired of pretending like this is not the case. The new game with each news drop, with each gameplay showcase, is looking better and better as time goes on. Frontiers Defense Squad, tap in. We have a lot of new information that is looking very promising for this game. We got another brand new gameplay trailer, which I reacted to yesterday, so make sure to go check that out. But let's just get right into everything, and I'm going to explain to you guys why this game is going to be good, because this new information changes everything. And I already like what I've seen so far, but let's get right into it. Frontiers Defense Squad wins again. So the initial footage of Sonic Frontiers did look a little rough, and I had some criticism with it as well. I thought that the game looked good, and I knew I would have fun with it, but I know that the community was definitely split on it. But IGN just dropped some bombshell news about this game because the playtester played it for 4 hours, and right off the bat, he said that Sonic in open world works. And he not only said that, he said with a resounding yes that Sonic will work in an open world. So first of all, people are like, oh, is this an early build? No, it's not an early build. It can't be. It's impossible. Well, here's the confirmation. What we watched was an early build. So a lot of the unpolished stuff that we saw was from a previous build. So the final product should look better. And I'm reading an article from Tails channel here. It says author Mitchell Saltzman were among the first people outside of Sonic Team who got an opportunity to play Frontiers through a build from earlier in development. His thoughts were mostly positive, with his only complaint being that the animations spontaneously pop in, as well as a number of glitches he found along the way. So right there, it is confirmed this is an old build, and he was mostly positive on the game. He played this game for 4 hours, so that's got to be a good sign that he enjoyed the game, and he was honest about his criticism and his feedback. He talks about the gameplay loop, he talks about the plot synopsis, and he basically play tested the game for 4 hours, which is twice the length of Sonic Forces. So it looks like this game is going to have a lot of meat, it's going to have a lot of content, it's going to be a full, complete AAA quality title, and if the animations are bad in an early build, I can certainly overlook that. He talks about a lot, so let's kind of read everything he says, and I'll dissect point by point why this information means that this game is going to be good. So I will admit that the gameplay loop looked very confusing based off of like the non-commentary footage that we got in the first 2 trailers. And honestly, it's probably not a good idea on Sega's part. Like, I feel like the marketing for the game isn't good, but the commentated IGN video and the person who narrated the video gave us some information on what the gameplay loop is going to look like, and it looks very solid. And Mitchell even says that Sonic Team is definitely onto something with this formula, just needs a little bit of polish, but there's plenty of time for that. He says the flow of the game is basically explore the open world, solve puzzles to open up the map, find collectibles to improve your stats, fight world bosses to earn portal gears, use portal gears to unlock linear Sonic levels, complete linear Sonic levels to unlock Chaos Emeralds. Collecting Chaos Emeralds, does that mean Super Sonic's coming? We'll get into that a little bit later. Does this not sound like a fun, cohesive, interesting gameplay loop that can keep the player engaged? I mean, based off the open world, like, I really did like what I saw. Yeah, Sonic isn't as fast, but he has a skill tree in the game, which was also confirmed. Maybe you could level up his speed, and maybe he's not meant to go like blazing fast, because even in this game, based off of what we've seen, Sonic is still faster than any other character in an open world platformer or RPG. So we gotta kind of stop that narrative, because he still moves pretty quick. And we also have the cyberspace levels, which are going to be like the boosting stages, so the speed is definitely going to be there. So stop complaining. Sonic Frontiers Defense Squad wins again. So there's some more details about the combat, which I like, by the way. I thought the combat was very in-depth and definitely better than any combat system so far that we've seen in any Sonic game. Like, come on, the Psy Loop or the Spin Cycle or whatever you want to call it, like, doesn't this just look so fun to use? Anyways, Tails channel says the combat is more than just style. Sonic's moveset was said to be varied, with the Hedgehog being able to quickly dodge using the bumper buttons on the gamepad, similar to Zelda, honestly. By pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing. The homing attack was said to feel much stronger than before, with a ton of impact. After hitting the target, Sonic can maintain his position in relation to his enemy to allow a flurry of follow-up strikes. Very cool. So a parry and dodge system, like, that's new to any Sonic game. This seems to be a lot better than like brain dead button mashing. Like, you actually have to pay attention to the scenarios that you're in. If an enemy has a shield up, you got to spin cycle around him to take off the shield, and then you can start beating him up, but you got to watch out because he will launch a shield at you and it will interrupt your flurry of attacks. And that's just one of many examples. Like, the combat definitely looks fun, and we're going to get into the next part of the article, which makes it even better. So the article says Sonic will be able to purchase new skills through a skill tree. In order to purchase them, Sonic must defeat enemies, which rewards the blue Hedgehog with XP. It said that Frontiers has a really nice feeling of power progression, even in just a relatively short time that he played the game. So it goes without saying that an open world type of game with some RPG elements is going to need like player progression. You have to reward the player with more power-ups as they put in time and grind the game. So this is a no-brainer, and I'm actually really excited for what this could mean for the game, because Mitchell even said that the skills get really insane, and he didn't want to spoil some of the really cool abilities you can unlock. And I really love that spin cycle, so I can only imagine what what other cool abilities are available in the game. And to me, this is more incentive to put in more hours into this game and grind it out instead of beating it in 2 hours like every Sonic game in the last 10 years. And the final part of the IGN video really explains why this game, in terms of gameplay, is going to be extremely good. So it says Sonic must hunt down and defeat massive bosses in order to collect portal gears. Saltzman said that this opens up portals that lead to bite-sized linear stages done in the style of previous traditional Sonic games. The levels also come with several different optional goals, like beating the level under a time limit, collecting red rings, and so on. With each goal finished, the player is rewarded with a vault key, which will be needed to unlock the Chaos Emeralds. It was also stated that some of these time limit challenges are going to be in the open world as well, so get to point A to point B within a certain time. So those are like mini levels scattered throughout the open world, which there already are mini levels scattered throughout the open world. It's like one giant open world full of Sonic levels. This is awesome. This right here screams replayability. Like, anyone who is a completionist is going to have a great time with this game, especially in the cyberspace levels. You're gonna have to collect the red rings and complete all these optional objectives. Like, this game is going to take a long time to complete, and it just looks like all the details sound really good. I've said this a lot of times, like, the world does not look empty, and some of these optional objectives and challenges are going to make it that much more alive, especially with all the combat that seems to be taking place in the open world. Everywhere you look, there's a spring, there's a rail, there's a platforming objective that's going to reward you a new fruit, a heart, some XP, these portal gears, like there's all these collectibles and currencies. So it looks like traversing through this world, exploring the world is going to be a huge part of it. There's a lot more to this game that meets the eye, and we've only seen just a little bit of it. We haven't even seen the cyberspace yet. And let's talk about that for a second. Cyberspace, like traditional Sonic levels are in the game. A mix of all different styles of gameplay and Sonic mixed into one game. Sounds like it's going to be really cool. I've been on record a lot of times, like I'm not the biggest boosting fan, but a nice switch up of gameplay to have some nice quick boosting levels to keep the experience fresh and to give us the speed that we're all looking for just sounds like it's going to be good. And like I said before, what if we get like 10, 15, or 20 of the best boosting levels we've ever seen? The glass is definitely looking half full. So the next part of the article talks about the story of this game, and I feel like no one has talked about the story. It feels like the story of this game has the potential to be amazing. We got rid of the meta era writers who wrote the worst stories ever, and we got Ian Flynn on the team who writes the Sonic IDW comics, so all signs are pointing into the direction of a good story. And I think that storytelling in any video game is very important. It's very like needed for the immersion, because I feel like the human experience requires storytelling. It's really how you get into it. And one of the highest rated Sonic games of all time, Sonic Adventure 2, has a great story. Gameplay makes a game good, but when it's paired with a good story, that makes an iconic, everlasting game. So this is the official story of the game. It says some details in regards to the plot were revealed. After flying into a wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island with nothing but an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds. So right off the bat, for the first time in a very long time, the Chaos Emeralds are important to the story. We also got the Sonic Frontiers prologue, which shows Knuckles guarding the Master Emerald for the first time in like 20 years. What does this mean to me? Well, it means I think Super Sonic is definitely going to appear in the Sonic Frontiers story. Knuckles fans are eating good. Like, this is the most serious I've seen Knuckles in so long. The Master Emerald might even play a role in the story as well. The IGN people also said that the atmosphere seems somber and serious. So right off the bat, it seems like people who know Sonic and people who love Sonic are writing Sonic again. Go figure. So like, what if this is the best Sonic story we've had ever? That combined with good gameplay could make this game just as good as SA2. Maybe that's a reach, but you need both of those to have a good game. Tails and Amy are already confirmed. Like, we got Knuckles. Eggman will probably be in the game too, but it looks like the threat or the villain in this game is much more serious than anything we fought in a long time. It's just good to see that, like, yes, they are finally starting to take the story serious again. They want good writers, so I'm nothing but optimistic about the story of the game. No more Baldy McNose here. Hopefully that is done, but all these amazing details change everything. This is why Sonic Frontiers is going to be good. I wish we got all of this info first before they just did 2 random gameplay trailers, but I'll take it. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys agree with me? Do you think Sonic Frontiers is going to be good? Do not forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications and like the video so you don't miss another one. But I got nothing else to say to you guys. Would love to hear what you have to say. Until I see you next time, peace out.